have more gas and it's fun. You may want to have sex more, be like a rectum spasm, but I'm gonna call it a booty hole cramp, okay? Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to Aries Routines. So today's video is going to be all about like unexpected events that happen on your period or leading up to it. Just things that I didn't know until I got older, like this is due to this, like this is due to my period coming, or hormonal changes. So I'm going to go over all of those today. Before I do get into that video, I do want to do my fragrance of the day because this isn't a routine. So I actually don't know what the name of this fragrance is, but it is by the brand or company Fragrance Unlimited. As you can see, it's kind of like a little bit janky. Just a little bit janky, but they this is a dupe for Love Don't Be Shy by Killian, and when I tell you it's a spot on dupe, if you watched some of my fragrance videos before, you've seen me mention this one. It smells exactly like the fragrance, like spot on. So this is my fragrance of the day. I've actually been wearing this the past couple of days. I wore it to bed and then I wore it yesterday. I don't wear it often, although it looks like it. I've had this for almost 2 years or a year and a half or so, and it's good, but it doesn't last. So I kind of wear it to bed and just whatever. Yeah, but let's get into the video. Also, this will be a 2-week wash and go, like on Tuesday. Y'all won't see this, but it's almost a 2-week-old wash and go, so it's giving volume but not a lot of definition. Okay, so number 1 is like pain in the gums. Yes, teeth pain, gum pain. I thought I was going crazy until I realized a pattern, and this happened like later on in life. This was not something that occurred that I can think of like since I've gotten my period, but maybe within the last 5 years or so. So early to late 20s, my gums were hurting 2 days or 3 days, like right before my period would start. And I'm like, what is this? Why is this like pain? And I still have my wisdom teeth, so it would always be like back in the back, where my wisdom teeth are, and they're not fully grown in yet, which is crazy because it's been like 10 years, but whatever. And I'm like, this hurts, like what is going on? Well, it's an actual thing, and it's thanks to the rise in progesterone in your body, and there's a name for it called Ministration gingivitis, and it usually occurs 2 days before your period or so, and it leaves you either during your period or directly after. And I just want you to know you're not alone. And if I'm looking down, it's because I have a notepad here for reminders. But y'all, craziness, the things we go through. Number 2 is, the polite way of saying it would be like a rectum spasm, but I'm gonna call it a booty hole cramp, okay? You could call it a butthole cramp, a rectum spasm, whatever you want to call it, a contraction, that's fine, but I'm calling it a booty hole cramp. I didn't realize that not everybody like got these. I've had this since I started my period. It is literally like a knife was shoved up there and then it slowly goes away. It is the sharpest shooting pain that I've ever experienced. It hurts, it makes you stop, and then it goes away, and like within seconds. It's really not that long, but it hurts so bad, and it's caused by hormones. So it's caused by fatty acids called prostaglandins, I believe. I'll put it on the screen. And they trigger the contraction of your rectum / pelvic floor. So it causes everything in that area to kind of like go like this. And I noticed that it is usually paired with like my uterus will contract and then I feel it and it just shoots. So y'all, why didn't they tell us this? Why don't we know more about things like this? This is craziness that we're dealing with this and we're just going about our day like everything's fine. Like I don't feel like a knife is in my butt. Like, Okay, number 3. So you all may be very familiar with like breast tenderness. Like that happens to a lot of women leading up to their period. In that like week or so before your period. I can't think of what it's called. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but whatever. So we all know like breast tenderness is a thing. But did you know that like your whole breast might not hurt? It might just be the nipple. I can't explain this like other than like your whole breast will be fine, but it's like your nipple like almost burns. The sensation is crazy. It hurts. And I do want to say one thing with this. If you're experiencing anything one-sided, then that can be cause for concern. So go to your doctor and get that, checked out. When I went to my doctor and I told her like my symptoms and everything, she did say, oh, okay, as long as it's happening on both sides, you're good. Because we did a breast exam and she was like, any tenderness when you're on your cycle or leading up. And I was like, yeah, but not my whole breast. It's literally my nipple. And she was like, that happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so anything one-sided, if you notice like just one breast hurts and not the other one, just keep an eye on it. And also like perform your monthly breast exams in the shower, lifting your arm, fingers. I am not a doctor, so go on like Google it. They have whole videos of how to do it and what to do, but also mention it to your doctor that it is only on one side. But nipple pain, yeah, nipple pain, just the nipple. And number 4. So you all may have heard the term period poops, and yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. I don't know a person that hasn't experienced this, and it is due to a hormone again, but it's literally, I can tell when like the day my period is going to start based off of my morning poop. I know it's TMI, but I can tell. Like, maybe I'm just very in tune with my body, so there is that, but I can literally be like, this is a period poop. But it is caused by, so period poop does not only have to be like you can tell when it's going to start. You poop more frequently when you're on your period, and I for the life of me couldn't figure it out, but it is due to the same hormone, prostaglandins. I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Again, that's a fatty acid, and it is released in your body to relax the smooth muscle, to shed the lining of your uterus. But it also relaxes your booty hole. It does, and that is why you poop more frequently, or you can have diarrhea, because it's relaxing all of that smooth muscle. And so everything is like, okay, well, I'm coming out, because it's not as, for lack of a better word, like tight and restricted maybe. So that is why we have period poops. And if you haven't started your period yet, welcome. It's so much fun. Okay, and number 5, so I have my big 5, and then I'll go over a couple after this, just quickly. So number 5 is a metallic taste. When I was having the gum pain, I noticed like a metallic taste, or like iron or blood almost. Like I tasted it, but there wasn't anything there. And again, hormones, it's the lack of estrogen or a hormone called estrogen as well. I don't know if it rises or falls or whatever, but it causes that metallic taste in your mouth. And what you may have realized is most of these symptoms, some of these symptoms are actually during pregnancy as well. So metallic taste in your mouth can be a sign, like one of the first signs of pregnancy. In this case, we know we're not pregnant because we're on our period. So like well, you never know, but there's that. And it's again because of hormones. Everything is due to hormones. For the most part, everything is due to hormones. And that is a symptom that can happen. A side effect, a symptom, I don't know. But you can have a metallic taste in your mouth and it's deemed completely normal. So those are my big 5. The other ones that are kind of like random, but like a lot of people know you can get them, but I wanted to add them on here just in case there is anyone watching this who hasn't started their period yet or is newer to it. These are completely normal. So extra, like gas, same thing as the period poops, everything is loosened, so you will have more gas and it's fun. Exhaustion, again, hormones. I sleep like a rock. And when I wake up, it doesn't matter if I've had 10 hours of sleep, I'm still exhausted. It's due to your hormones rising, falling, all of that during your cycle. Fun times. But yeah, exhaustion can happen and probably will happen unless you're a lucky one. Cravings. Some people crave salt, some people crave sweet, or like you don't have an appetite. All of that can happen due to hormones again. Same thing in pregnancy. You might crave certain things because you're missing something. It's all normal. It's all normal. And last but not least is like sexual changes. So your sexual desire or libido may increase. For a lot of women, it does actually increase, which is not surprising when you think about the hormones that are rising and falling during your cycle, or your period. Yeah, because your cycle is really the whole thing. But during your period, and you may want to have sex more. Some people are the opposite and it's just like, don't touch me, but that can happen. So if you out here feeling a little frisky as long as you and your partner are okay with it, engage. All right, y'all, that wraps up the end of my strange period symptoms. Honestly, it's becoming more frequent that people are talking about what they experience on a month-to-month basis. But before, like, I feel like nobody was talking about like the real things we go through. Everyone talks about cramps and just feeling tired or headaches, like the normal symptoms, but these are also normal symptoms that I haven't heard people say like, yes, this happens, other than the ones I mentioned earlier that I'm like, you may have heard. I just feel like nobody's talking about it and it's completely normal. So I just want you all to know that you are not alone and I am here with you. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye. I need to tell y'all this story. Okay, real lashes, come through. Something's wrong with them. And the whole time I'm like, okay.